Do you make time for your creativity? Hi, it's Roberta with Quilt Crafters Corner, and today I want to talk a little bit about exploring your creativity. Now, I came across this quote from Michaelangelo, and it really made me stop and think. So let me read this to you, and we'll talk about it. The sculpture is already complete within the marble block before I start my work. It is already there. I have to chisel away the superfluous material. Isn't that a great quote? Because as quilters, that's what we do. We take a stack of fabric and everybody sees something different, something unique. No two people come up with the same idea. Everybody looks at a stack of fabric and creates something a little different and a little unique. And it's what you see, and everybody sees something just a little different. Maybe it's a traditional quilt, or maybe it's a more modern quilt. It could be anything that expresses your passion and what you feel that you see in that stack of fabric. When we pull out that stack of fabric and we start to experiment and play a little bit, the important part is understanding the value of the play. Be joyful, be a little bit passionate about playing. It's almost like a dance. You need to get into the rhythm and the flow of the fabric so that it starts to speak to you, and it will give you unique and creative ideas. Some of those ideas can be dormant for years, and you need to reignite that passion. Let's face it, we've all spent our life working, and we have kind of lost the idea of play, the creativeness of play, the joyfulness of play. When you watch children play, they're laughing and they're happy. And that's what I want you to start understanding and value your play with the fabric of the quilts that you're creating. This is really about igniting old passions, or maybe even discovering new ones in quilting. Play with that fabric. Understand where you could take it, because let's face it, you don't need to follow the rules all the time. Go ahead. If you know the rules, go ahead, break the rules and try something new, try something unique, try something different. That's what ignites your passion, and it keeps you going. It gets that creativity going, and once it's going, it will take you farther and farther. Like Michaelangelo said, the statue is already in the marble block. The quilt is already in the stack of fabric. It's really important to understand that, almost see it, visualize it, and get to the point where you're creating your work of art. No longer let your dreams be just dreams. Go ahead, play with that fabric, play with the things that are important to you, and rediscover the value of play and being joyful. Because as quilters, we're very tactile. We like touching the fabric. We like pushing it through the machine, pressing it just right. It's important to us. So let your passions be spoken through what you create in your quilts. And that being said, there's a lot of ways for you to play with your creativity and do and try different things. I'm always exploring new ideas and maybe looking at things a little differently to make them feel like, what would happen if I did this? So there's a lot of playfulness that you need to do in your quilting. There's a lot of different ways that you can play with your fabric and create unique and different ideas. Don't be limited by that block or that pattern. Go ahead, think outside the box and play with it. Get new ideas, get fresh ideas. This is about playfulness. This is about finding that joy, that passion, that playfulness, the value of the playfulness of creating something new and unique, especially to you. And it's sharing it with other people. I'd like to end this with another quote from Michaelangelo. Today's Michelangelo Day, by the way. And that quote is, "The true work of art is but a shadow of divine perfection. I saw the angel in the marble, and I carved until I set him free." The greater danger lies for most of us in not setting the bar high enough and hitting it. It's setting it too low and making the mark. So I hope this inspires you to go out and create. Get that stack of fabric out. Start creating new and different quilts that only you can make.